Hello, how are you doing today? Welcome to the first episode of That Video Gamer 32's podcast. That YouTube Gamer 32. That's my name. That's me. Before the podcast begins, I want you to know you can go follow me on Twitch at That Video Game Player 32. And so we're going to be talking. So welcome to the podcast. This podcast will be coming out every week on either Sunday or Saturday, sometime during the weekend, so you can watch it. So the first episode, or this episode, is about something that is very important to me. This game. This is the rise and fall of FORTNITE. Now, this video game meant a lot to me because first it was my introduction into esports and gaming as a career. So this is in no way a diss on this game. This is just a look at its life cycle. So I did do some research on this. Not a lot. This video is not scripted, by the way. I want this podcast to be perfect. And by perfect, I want it to be not me sitting down for hours and hours typing away at what I should say. I want this to be genuine and first time reaction worthy. So, let's look at our first plot point is the rise in 2017. Now, if you don't know, FORTNITE is not the game you normally play. It is actually a game about building a base around an objective and defending it against hordes of zombies. Now, this game came out around August of 2017, but by a little studio at the time named Epic Games. Now, this is pre-Fortnite Epic Games. This is before the big blowouts, like blow up, where they could hire out $1 million arenas in several different countries. This is Epic Games pre-Fortnite Battle Royale. So they released this game, and it doesn't do too hot. It was announced in 2011, announced that it would come out soon in 2014, I think, and then in 2017 it came out. August, and then so September 25th, or September 26th, September 26th, 2017, a little game that you might know, Fortnite Battle Royale, came out, and it blew up immediately. Now, me, myself, I did not play it immediately. This is one of the Battle Royales that I didn't play it until later down the line, like towards December of 2017. So this game came out, and it blew up immediately. Instant hit on Twitch, YouTube. But for me, I was a big Call of Duty fan. If you think about it, a lot of people were. Black Ops 3 had came out I think it was the year prior, or 2 years prior. So that was huge, and I loved it. Also, what is it? The Modern Warfare remake, Infinite Warfare, came out. A lot of mediocre COD games. So when this new game came out, I still was not so sure about it. But flash forward a couple months to December of 2017 before I go to my Disney trip. Yes, I went to Disney for Christmas. Get on my level, scrub. Just kidding. But so in that, before I leave, I tell my dad, "Yo, I want to download that game." So we download it. We go to Disney, have a great time, but that's not the point. That's for a later episode, because this podcast is about me talking about whatever I want. Today we're talking about video games. So I come back, I start playing this game, and I get hella addicted to it, right? I get so addicted, I get my dad hooked, we play together, switch off a game, and we're terrible. We're so bad, but it's so much fun. And so this is about mid-season 2, to end of season 4. I just do this so long, and then the beginning of season 5. I love it, but so we're gonna flash forward. to where I think Fortnite was starting to get stale for people. And so that brings us to the next plot point, which is this is the instant popularity from Twitch. We talked about that. The perfect time to play the game. We talked about just that was the season 3, from the end of season 2, start of season 3 to in my opinion maybe even the end of season 5. And then this when I say the beginning of a new age, that's what I mean when I talk about when the game, when we there's a song on YouTube. I will link it in the description. It is called Fortnite's Kind of Dying by what is his name? Oh my gosh, I can't. McCreamy. And he says Fortnite's kind of dying. It was always fine before we started trying. And this is what, in my opinion, is when Fortnite actually started dying for people, is because 90s, cranking, turtling, building, editing, that's when all this got super big. And that's personally when I think Fortnite, and when a lot of people started thinking Fortnite was just, it started to die off. This was about mid-season 6 and on, honestly. You couldn't go into a fight without running into an absolute nerd. There was always going to be at least 10 of those in a game. So this is what I thought about this. And so this is when I started thinking, okay, I still like it. It's still fun for me. Because if you guys don't know, which I haven't said this, I was a controller player. I played on PS4 from the very first time I started playing the game all the way up until around the current season of the game, which I think is chapter about the 2 seasons ago, which was season 3 of chapter 2. And then I got my PC, and then I started playing other games. But I played that game on controller for so long, and I had people on keyboard and mouse who I played on keyboard and mouse on console, which if you want to get good on keyboard and mouse because you're going to buy a PC, I'll do it on console. Honest to God, it's so easy. But, yeah. So for that part, I did that for a long time. But keep in mind, I did play other games like Apex Legends, which is one of my favorite games, which I play today. I stream it on Twitch. Valorant, I stream on Twitch too. But, so yeah. So, next plot point, because that's when you always go to the plot points when I run out of things to say. That's the beginning of the end. We talked about that and how it just started to die off for me. And the beginning of the Great Complain. What I mean about the Great Complain is kind of like from, I want to say at season 7 when they added the beautiful thing that is the sword. When they added this, it was insane. Shing, 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 as Mongrel put it. But, okay, and I understand the rage coming from it, because an absolute noob could win a game with this thing. It was insane. It brought a noob to a pro. And just imagine yourself, and this thing was in the middle of a great tournament, so imagine yourself as this pro player. You're super good at the game, you've been playing for months. All of a sudden, Epic goes, yo dude, we're going to add something that's going to make the worst player in your tournament win the game with ease. And really, that's what they did. And anyone who got the person who got the sword, it was pretty much an automatic win, because you could build with it. The sword, you could build with it. You could regen health every second. You drained 1 health per second. You had 200 health, 200 shield, 400 health, 400 health total. Then it refilled your shield when you killed someone. Like, that's just insane to me. So, also, this is when the first mythic item came to Fortnite, but I'm not going to talk about that. That's for if I want to make a part 2. If you want me to make a part 2 about this and go more in depth about this, then leave a like on the video and comment. But yeah, I'm not going to go too in depth unless I make a separate video. But that was the first time I actually realized about that, when I was like, oh crap, this game's starting to do stuff. But I stuck with it. I figured it would be fine. Season 8, one of my favorites. Season 9, not my entire favorite, but it brought the combat shotgun, which I loved it. Loved participating in World Cup and trying to get into it. I loved season, now we're at what I call the Great Complaint, which is season 6. Now, season 6, jeez, dude, season 6, man, season freaking 6. Season 6, dude. Season 6, honestly, honest to God, one of the not season 6, season X is what I meant to say. But this is when I loved it. Personally, when I look back on it, I can only think of the good moments. Like because of what we have now and what we had, like chapter 2, season 1, season 3, and season 4. But I can only think of the good times now. But what we didn't know what was in store for us. But this is when they added something that no one had ever thought of, which is the Brute. Now, the Brute, if you don't know, is a mech that has 10 rockets and has a shotgun. And it farms materials when it stomps its foot. And it was basically, you needed one to win the game. A certain amount of them spawned. And this is basically where the game ended for me. It didn't get fun. Chapter 2 was okay. Didn't get fun. Season 2, Chapter 2 was my jam. I loved it a lot. Season 3, no. Season 4, no. Season 5. I had hope for Season 5, but I lost it midway through. And I've honestly lost the hope that I had. I've lost hope and I stopped playing the game. And this is where I'm going to stop, because I've already gotten into what I think happened. And now, if you want me to go in depth, again, like the video, comment on it. But for a long time, this is what has happened. And I think that this is just sad, honestly. Now it's just sad, mostly because of the fact that you physically cannot play that game anymore without raging or quitting. And honestly, that's just sad. It's like when you realize your favorite game had died, or your favorite game is dead, or it is dying. But so this has been the video. Thank you for listening, tuning in for this week's episode of That YouTube Gamers podcast, where I talk about whatever the heck I want to talk about. Today we talked about video games. Next week we're also going to talk about video games. I think I have an idea in mind. We're either going to talk about video games or a TV show. One of the two. This is a podcast where I talk about whatever the heck I want. So thank you for listening. If you liked it, like a video to make sure that I liked it. Somehow, if you're seeing this, please subscribe. Also, go follow me on Twitch at ThatVideoGamePlayer32, twitch.tv/ThatVideoGamePlayer32. Link is in the description. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I'm trying to think of more stuff to say because I'm trying to make sure I don't have to put an editor's note telling you something. But that has been this video. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, I'm sorry. But thank you for watching. My name... Oh, give me a second. Okay. And my name is That YouTube Gamer. And I will see you in the next video game. Goodbye.